Welcome out to the Golden Bears Sports Network. Dom Malenga here, joined by Dylan Koenig for the first game here at Golden Bears Stadium for the girls soccer team with the Bryan Golden Bears versus the Shawnee Indians. Really excited for this game tonight with you, Dylan.
Yeah, it should be a really nice game. A little warm. It'll cool off as the evening goes on, but it's great weather. You can't ask for too much better this early in the season.
Yeah, so let's just real quickly talk about the records. Only one game under the belt of the Lady Bears. They lost 5-1 to Salina. Their last game, I think that was on Saturday. Shawnee has yet to play a game, so this is the first game of the season for them. It's the Oberlin-Turnbull pregame show. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused. And then we're going to go right back into reading our sponsors for today. Today's game is brought to you by Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, and Veteran Services of Williams County. Thank you to those sponsors for tonight's game. Last time these two teams met was last year around this time, August 20th. Shawnee beat Bryan 2-0, and that was a close game, and Shawnee just barely edged them out in that game. And we had to look at the weather. That one's not right, but it's 82 and sunny with a little bit of clouds, and it's going to stay that way rest of the night in the low 80s. Let's just meet Shawnee.
So for the Shawnee Indians, their head coach is going into her 24th season with a very good record. Last year they graduated 8 seniors and only training 4 starters, so a very young team, as well as the Lady Bears. And 2 key injuries. Lily DeLay out with the torn ACL, and Ella Mortiz with a hip.
Yeah, and that'll be interesting to see how those injuries affect Shawnee. Bryan's head coach, Danielle McQuillan, it's her second season. She was 10-7-1 last year. Only graduated one senior, Macy Burton, who is now playing at UM Dearborn. And then returned 6 players who earned all NWL honors, including their goalkeeper, Riley Vollmer, who was keeper of the year 2 years in a row. And then I think we had said before the game that they had 10 returning letter winners, so that'll be an interesting. Dylan, why don't you go with the keys to the game? Keys to the game are sponsored by the Carlin Company Realty and Auctioneers. Has been your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. They have consistently remained #1 in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Calls for all your real estate needs. Let's start with the keys for the Shawnee Indians.
So the keys to the match, they said were to stay composed with the 5 underclassmen in the lineup. It kind of rolls into the next one of connect the midfield and create forward passes and scoring chances. It's going to be a big thing for them this season to try to keep the midfield connected and keep possession there. The other thing they noted off is Zimmerman's speed up top. They want to limit long balls, and that goes into getting behind Bryan's back 4 and creating opportunities. And they also noted that, obviously, as Dom just spoke about, Miley Vollmer, a very good keeper. You must capitalize on the rare defensive breakdowns to beat her.
Yeah, and we know that Bryan's had a consistently good back line and defense, and that's kind of been a staple for this girls' team the past couple of years, so that's something Shawnee's trying to fix. Bryan's keys to the game were possession, communication, and holding their defensive line. They want to maintain control of the ball and dictate tempo, stay organized and vocal all across all lines, and stay disciplined and compact in the back. Pretty simple keys from Coach McQuillan, but simple and effective.
Yeah, this early in the season, you always want to just keep control of the game, don't let anything get too crazy, and then see a few out.
Game officials for tonight's game are brought to you by Tri-State Vision Center. Tri-State Vision Center has been serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all your eye care needs. Tonight's official are Connor Wise and Paul Ramirez. I know we've had a couple of those before. Names sound familiar, so should be a good job from them tonight. This has been your Oberlin-Turnbull pregame show. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused. We're going to take a real quick break, and we'll be back after this with the national anthem. And tonight's national anthem is sponsored by Veteran Services of Williams County. So a bit of technical difficulties in the press box, so we're just going to keep talking for a little bit. Dylan, what are some things you're excited for this game?
I'm excited to see how Bryan responds to the 5-1 loss.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always a tough one, but you recognize it's a good Salina team. I think that's important. To just tell the girl, I mean, there's a lot of teams out there that just you can't do much against. So it's really good. I want to see how they come back from that. And then also Shawnee, I just want to see how they open the season up. I mean, first game's never as good as the coaches want it to be or expect it to be. We just like to see how they fight, how they are probably going to attack this season.
Yeah, and this is a Shawnee team that Bryan has they've kind of had Bryan's number the past couple of years. You know, last year they lost 2-0, and the year before in the tournament they lost, and I think it was either the district semi or the district final that we were actually calling together. That's the last time we did a game together. So Shawnee's kind of had Bryan's number, so maybe a little bit of chip on the shoulder for these Bryan girls. A lot of those girls have played against them, and some of them kind of their first taste of playing against Shawnee, and They're always a physical team. They always are a pretty good technical team, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out.
Yeah, I'm expecting really good play from both sides here, even though it's early in the year. I'd love to see how they just go at it, and I expect high-quality soccer.
Yeah. And right now, just the two teams are kind of getting their last kind of words in as we're trying to figure everything out. And you know, McQuillan, she sometimes has some funny pregame talks, but they kind of always got me motivated. She always got me hyped up, so I'm sure the girls are kind of there with them.
Yeah, she was always a lot of fun to have in the huddle. She was obviously coached me for my 4 years and you for 3, so she knows what she's doing. She's definitely getting the girls ready for this game.
Yeah, and it was fortunate for them. They were really sad for me, as I really wanted to have her as my coach for my senior year, but she did a really good job with this girls team last year, and she honestly thinks a lot more about like the technical side of the game than a lot of girls coaches do think. She messes around with the different formations, tries people out in different spots, and you'll see that kind of early. You might see some people in positions that weren't there this year. I think one of those is Piper Hanna is playing. It looked like they had her at center back, and she played in the attack a lot last season.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So we're going to leave it down to the field for the
Tonight's
national
matchup
anthem.
between the Lima Shawnee Indians and your Bryan Lady Bears. The Bryan High School, Shawnee High School are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by high standards of conduct, competition, in relation with member schools. Student athletes, the coaches, and the officials have put great effort into preparing for this game. Please respect them for their efforts and remember to respect the game, regardless of the outcome. The officials signed have met the requirements set by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and have been approved by both schools to provide their important role in tonight's game. The officials for the game are Connor Wise and Paul Ramirez. Welcome, gentlemen. Let's meet the starting lineups for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Shawnee Indians. Freshman, number one, Liana Pashoni. Freshman, number 11, Reese Neff. Freshman, number 12, Duluki Kularatna. Senior, number 14, Addison Neff. Junior, number 16, Cece Sheoff. Sophomore, number 17, Samantha Downing. Junior, number 20, Haley Stump. Senior, number 23, Bryn Patterson. Sophomore, number 32, Alexis Lee. Senior, number 40, Morgan Betts. And senior, number 0, Harper Bunky. Head coach for Shawnee, Caroline O'Brien. Assistant coaches, Scott Neth, Alexa Fulm, Chloe Nance, and Brooke Schultz. Welcome to Bryan. And now your starting lineups for your Bryan Lady Bears. Number 4, a junior, Amaya Langham. Number 9, a junior, Piper Hanna. Senior, number 14, Josie Arnold. Senior, number 12, Ava Zimmerman. Junior, number 11, Brianna Richmond. Sophomore, number 18, Trinity Boffman. Sophomore, number 19, Emmeline Slagle. Sophomore, number 15, Avery Ann Fisher. Sophomore, number 8, Bree Winsler. Freshman, number 16, Carly McDade. And in goal, senior, number 0, Miley Vollmer. Head coach, Danielle McQuillan. Assistant coach, Delaney Valderas. At this time, we ask you to please rise, remove your hats, and face your nation's flag for the playing of the national anthem.
That was your national anthem, brought to you by the Veteran Services of Williams County. And we got the lineups there from the PA. And like we said right before, a little interesting switch is we have Piper Hanna playing center back today. Will be an interesting thing. Like we said, McQuillan likes to kind of change tactics a little bit. We'll see how that works out. This is Shawnee's starting 11 in goal. The goalie, number 0, Harper Bunky. And number 14, Addison Neth. Number 17, Samantha Downing. Number 40, Morgan Betts. Number 23, Bryn Patterson. Number 16, Cece Schaff. Number 12, Dalika Kurathna. Number 11, Reese Neth. And up top, number 1, Lena Pashon. And number 32, Alexis Lee. So that's your starting lineup for the Shawnee Indians. It looks like they're going to be in a 4-4-2, and we'll see how that goes against the 4-4-3 or 4-3-3 that Bryan is running. Tonight's first touch is brought to you by Bryan Ford Lincoln, where good values mean a great deal. Stop on out to Bryan Ford at 920 Main Street and sign up for our football kickoff contest where you could win $100. Shawnee starts off the game with a long ball, and Bryan is able to counter that pretty easily. Josie Arnold's going to get the ball, try to find Ava Zimmerman up top. Can't quite get there. Fisher will play it off to Arnold. Arnold will get the ball dispossessed. He'll find Zimmerman. Zimmerman's going to try to find Boffman up top. It'll get stolen away there by number 40, Morgan Betts. Boffman has the ball on her right. She'll pass it to the middle to Langham. Langham to Fisher. Fisher tries to find Langham, can't get it, and that'll be kicked away by Shawnee. Long ball out to the wing to Passion there, and she's going to hold on to it. A little bit of a meg there. And she's still driving at the 30 now. She's going to try to play it in. And a good step there by one of the Breeze. I think that was Winsler to get that out of there. A little bit of shaky possession early, just trying to get this game figured out right now.
Yeah, you could definitely see Bryan's strategy early. Get Zimmerman the ball as much and as fast as possible. We already saw 2 balls that look to put her through. Shawnee's doing a good job sticking to the plan to limit that, but you could definitely see what they're trying to do early.
Shawnee throwing, and they'll get the ball here on the right side. Driving in. Good step there by Hannah. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a Shawnee throw-in. Really good job there by Cece Schaff to kind of keep that ball in Salina's possession. She's one of the few upperclassmen, so Bryan's going to be able to get that ball out on a kind of dangerous situation, and Boffman able to get a step on there on Alexis Lee's shot. Now Boffman on the right side trying to chase a ball. It's going to get stepped in, and Betts is going to be able to get to that. And it's going to say, they say it went off Bryan, and it'll be Betts' throw. Throws it down the line there, and Winsler does a good job to step in front of it. Just a battle for the ball here, kind of trying to get possession. Nobody really has it right now as it's on Bryan's 20. And Hannah does a good job to stay composed, get it clear. But that was Reese Neth who was able to get to it. A little bit of an interesting here. Bryan's kind of playing with the ball, and Miley will call him off there. But Shawnee's really kind of been able to hold the possession there right now on Bryan's half of the field.
Yeah, I think both teams so far have shown the ability to hold the ball a little bit. Obviously, Bryan first, and then Shawnee there for the longest time as it goes out of bounds. But no, it looks like both midfields are definitely trying to be composed. And, I mean, Bryan's defense, while Shawnee is holding possession, seem to be holding strong here. So.
Yeah, and a good job there. That one is Bree Richmond, and it'll be out on her. It'll be Shawnee's throw, and it looks like on this left side, Betts will be taking most of the throw-ins, senior captain. Boffman trying to get past two Shawnee defenders, can't get them. And a good little tackle there from Fisher. Yeah, she plays hard in basketball and soccer as well, as Shawnee gets the ball around the 18, and a good clearance there by Richmond.
Good block.
Yeah, a lot of kind of kickball right now. Bryan trying to kick it away from Shawnee. Shawnee kicking it right back into the action.
Yeah, I mean, the back line and midfield are kind of dropping in, and we're getting fine clearances. We just need, or Bryan just needs to get a forward on the end of those and play some hold-up possession here.
Hannah did a good job to shield the ball. I think she was looking to try to find Arnold and couldn't quite get it to her. Like we said earlier, Hannah's in a different spot, and she's been doing pretty well so far.
Yeah, I mean, really good soccer player, really good IQ. Just a true leader for this team. And, I mean, I think you could put her anywhere, and she would do a fantastic job. So, not a surprise to see her do well on defense, but a surprise to see her there.
Yeah, we see there Boffman working hard in the midfield. She's playing a little bit of that right midfield position, and she's doing a good job kind of getting all over the field. Arnold was looking, Fisher was looking for Arnold, couldn't quite get to her. And now Shawnee's back on the attack. And again, Hannah does a good job to possess the ball, and she's going to find. She finds Boffman on the outlet.
Let's see if it goes to Slagle here, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Slagle's calling for the ball. Boffman tries to take it on her own, and she'll get dispossessed by 14, Addison Neth. Neth gets a good clearance, and she's going to get it to Dalika Kularatna. She'll pass it back to Neth. And Neth loses the ball by Zimmerman, and a really good one, too. Tries to find Zimmerman, and I'll be easily picked up by Harper Bunky. Good little 1-2 there by Bryan, though. You could see the idea was there.
Playing very direct to start this game. We'll see if that changes as the game goes on. But definitely going very direct, and against a team that they could probably hold the ball up a little bit and possess, and especially while the sun's out and it's hot, try to get something going for them.
Yeah, and that ball will be easy in the box for Vollmer. And we'll see. Last time the punt wasn't exactly where she wanted it to be. She'll decide to throw on this one. She finds Langham in the middle. Langham will go out wide to Richmond.
Good play there.
Yep, good defending there by Alexis Lee, the sophomore, for Shawnee. Josie's going to get the ball. She's going to play it direct to Zimmerman. Zimmerman makes the run on the left side. Zimmerman, two defenders on her. She's going to try to cut back and gets dispossessed there by Haley Stump. Good step there by Stump, and she'll just clear it out. It'll be a Bryan throw-in. But a good play there, good find by Arnold, and Zimmerman tried to cut back in and just got the Stump's foot just got the ball.
Yeah, the idea was there, direct ball down the left side, able to chop it in for a right-footed shot, but just got caught up on her a little bit.
Yeah, and we can definitely see Bryan's game plan, and Shawnee definitely knew what was going into it. That was one of their keys, was to try to stop that, and they've done a good job so far. Zimmerman had two girls on her there and wasn't really able to do much. Langham looking for a pass. Sorry, Fisher looking for a pass. Give it to McDade. McDade tries to get it up to Zimmerman. I'd like to see one more pass before trying to play that long ball to Zimmerman there.
Real good use of the body there from, is that number 16?
CC Schaff.
CC Schaff.
That'll be a long shot on goal, and an easy save there for Bryan. Miley going to try to punt it out here.
We'll say the one thing I'm noticing so far is the midfield is very open. Both defensive lines are sitting back. All three or two attackers of Shawnee and Bryan do look to be pushing the line as Slagle's in.
Yeah, Slagle's got really good speed. She's got one to beat here. Plays it off, hits her in the stomach. That's going to be a corner there for the Lady Bears. First corner of the game. And, yeah, just really good play. We got our Welling Construction replay right here. Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation products, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Corner was in and looked a little dangerous, but gets cleared out. But still in a dangerous spot as finally Shawnee clears. This is the one thing. Oh, gets put back in, and that'll be an easy save there for Shawnee. Now, one thing you do see sometimes is Bryan tends to get pushed up, and our midfield gets to, and then there's a big space between our midfield and our defense, and that can lead to easy possession out of counterattacks for Shawnee. Good clearance there by Richmond. Find Fisher to Boffman. Boffman driving with her right. There she goes to
It's a good ball in.
Slagle. Slagle tries to take the shot, and it's just wide of the goal.
Probably just one touch too soon on that cross.
Mm-hmm.
Got some subs in for both Bryan and Shawnee now.
Yeah, in for Bryan is going to be the freshman. I think that is Elkins. That is Allie Elkins, the freshman, and out that she'll take out Boffman. And then I didn't see who got in for Shawnee, but I think coming out was Reese Neth. Goal kick here for Shawnee, and it'll go right to Josie Arnold. Arnold fighting. She's going to get it to Zimmerman at the 18 and dispossessed again. And you can see every time Arnold gets the ball, they just swarm her. Definitely watch their film. Good pass there by Elkins. She finds Fisher in the middle. Sorry, Langham in the middle. Fisher will get the ball, use her body well. She'll play a drop to McDade. McDade will give it to Hannah. Hannah's going to put a deep ball in. And a good job there by the keeper to come out and get that ball. And it looks like that might be something that they want to work towards, is getting Hannah that ball, and she can play a long ball through. It was a good ball by her. And you see the boys team do it a little bit with Carter Luce. When he has that big of a leg, you got the center back with a big leg, they're able to put dangerous balls in to the 18.
Yeah, she's been playing well back there today, especially distributing. She's had a few just bounce passes back with the midfield player, and obviously a few long balls in. And I would say by far she has the best clearances so far. So really anchoring that defensive line down.
Yeah, and Shawnee had a pretty promising attack there, and then a fumble throw there by Bunky. But yeah, Shawnee had a pretty decent looking counterattack, and Bryan did a good job to stop it. But it feels like they're being a little bit too direct right now, and it seems to be doing a little bit better if they can just make one or two extra passes and then playing that long ball. It'll work, but straight from the defense has not been working particularly well.
Good ball there from Ava.
Zimmerman's going to find Arnold. Arnold might have a rip. Tries to get across there to Elkins. Can't get there, but it's going to be a clearance, and it's going to be a Bryan throw inside the 20.
That was all the right ideas over there from Bryan, trying to create some space. Ava with some great hold-up play found Josie through. So really good play from both of them as Ava looks to make something happen again.
Yeah, Ava's got the ball on her right foot. That's a dangerous spot. It's going to get deflected by Shawnee. Elkins is going to do a good job to hustle. She's got the ball now. Probably just put a ball across and just doesn't get around it enough.
Yeah, it's the second one Bryan's tried to get out of the byline and haven't been able to put it across goal. I mean, if those opportunities keep coming, that'd be a really good way for Ava to get a hold on one, especially even Josie on the back post or Slagle.
Yeah, really good job there by Elkins too, hustling the freshman, getting a chance to play some. And only thing she really needs to do differently there is just get her foot around the ball. Shawnee plays a little 1-2. It'll be stopped there by Richmond. Zimmerman in the ball in the middle, a little spin move. She tries to find Arnold. It's a good ball. Arnold in the corner. She's got one to beat. She tries to play the cross, but really well defended there by Shawnee. And now Shawnee has a bit of a counter coming. And really good job there by Fisher. She'll play back to McDade. McDade tries to get it back to Fisher. Almost stays in, almost keeps it in with the back heel, but it gets called out. And we're going to get some more subs. It looks like Sydney Luce is coming in for the Bears. She's going to sub in for Bree Richmond. And I think
Number 10.
we don't have a...
Maddie Walter.
Yep.
Checking in for Lima Shawnee.
And it looks like we also have either Cassidy Deach. I think that's Cassidy Deach in. There's two redheads on the Bryan team. Normally you can tell by hair color, but when there's two, it's a little harder to tell.
Brilliant defending there from Hannah.
No, that's Carly Green that's in. I apologize. But Carly Green also subbed in for the Bears. and she'll take the throw. Yeah, about 12 minutes into this game, and you can finally start to see Bryan settle in a little bit. They've been a lot more on the attacking side the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, Bryan definitely has had a little bit more control, especially after the first 5 minutes or so. But, I mean, Lima Shawnee is definitely very in this game. Definitely have a lot of attacking threats. On paper, it looked like a 4-4-2, but it's playing a lot more like a 4-2-3 with the 3 midfielders and 2 wingers and a forward up top with a good ball in.
Yep, but another easy collection there for Shawnee's keeper, and she does a good job just getting that ball out.
A lot of
good
time, a lot of space.
She played the ball in the middle, and really good 1-2s, and that's the issue is when all these ladies push up in the midfield, it kind of leaves a lot of space in the middle open. And a pass just out of bounds, and Sydney Luce will take the throw.
Good defending there from Luce to force the tough pass. We got subs here.
We got subs here. And, yeah, one thing you're seeing is, one, McQuillan is subbing a lot. She wants to get those ladies in, which means she trusts the depth. But also you're seeing some underclassmen, freshmen, getting some playing time. I think we have 3 or 4 freshmen that have been subbed into the game, or underclassmen at least. Sydney Luce, one of those, makes a throw, and a good step there by Shawnee. Brianna Winsler back into the game for the Bears. She's playing that center back role. Langham dispossessed.
Good step. Unlucky.
Yeah, and Boffman's back into the game, and we see her more playing that center role. They've moved Maya Langham out wide. But they have Boffman back at that central midfield role. Hannah tries to play the ball to Zimmerman. A good job there by Shawnee, center back, to clear that out of the way. Taylon Padgett there on the left side for Shawnee, doing a good job to hustle for that, but Winsler did a good job to step in there. It'll be a Shawnee throw here for Betts.
A lot of subs from both teams here. It's kind of, I mean, early in the season. I'm sure it's hot on the turf, so
yeah,
makes
80
sense,
degrees.
But a little odd to see. Just so many subs.
Yeah, 80 degrees and outside means about 95 there on the turf. So early in the season, you don't want any injuries. You don't want any fatigue this early. So just subbing a little bit extra. Shawnee gets the ball there around the 20. Golden Bears, number 16 is going to have a shot. Going to get deflected there by Winsler. And Elkins does a good job to get a touch on that, control it. Tries to bring it inside. But Addison Neth with really good physicality there, the senior leader for Shawnee.
Real good attacking play there from Lima Shawnee. Right up top of the 18, 3 or 4 one-touch passes connect for a good shot from CC Schaff.
Yeah, and CC Schaff, she is one of those names you're going to hear a lot about from us today.
First team All-League in district last year.
And then she was All-Ohio, so definitely going to be somebody that Shawnee is going to want to lean on throughout the game, and definitely someone whose name you'll hear. She's kind of playing that last man kind of role for Shawnee. Kind of see her sitting on that last man. Driving forward from the center back role there from Haley Stump. She's going to try to find Schaff. And a good job there by Winsler. Winsler's going to find Boffman in the middle. Bryan has numbers 5-on-4 right now. They're going to play long ball. And Green is going to try to run onto it. And Neth does a good job to clear that away. But right idea there from the Bears with the numbers there. Play a long ball in. If you get a foot on it, you got 4v3 in the box.
Yeah, it was a good job to drop it over the top and give the defenders not a chance, but still put enough touch on it to keep it from rolling out.
Good fight there by Zimmerman. But really, really good physicality there by Morgan Betts.
I would say really good physicality from both teams here early in the season. You like to see that no team shying away. Really good physical play, fairly clean play.
Yeah, and that's sometimes you don't see that early on in the season, kind of shying away from tackles, but nobody's shying away today. Like we said, a little bit of chip on the shoulders of the Lady Bears, and Shawnee wants to come out and win the first game of the season for them, and the Bears don't want to fall to 0-2. So even though it's early in the season, there's a lot to play for early on.
A brilliant play down here on the left side from Lima Shawnee.
Yeah, and we see a little bit 2 different styles of play kind of by the Lady Bears and Shawnee. Shawnee's going to try to find 1-2 passes, try to pass through the defense, where Lady Bears are going to try to pass over top and try to get the long balls. Here's CC Schaff again. Sorry, not Schaff. It's Mara Garlock has it. And she's going to find Schaff in the middle.
Good win there from Boffman in the midfield.
Yeah, good tackle and good physicality again.
Yeah, we're good there.
And good communication. That's a senior leader in goal right there, calling for the shield and picking that ball up and really commanding the box. And that's a good punt from Vollmer. I know she was frustrated earlier from some of her distribution.
Fantastic touch from Ava there.
Yeah, and now Ava's got a chance on long. I'll tell you what, Bunky is doing a good job as well. She knows the Lady Bears plan, and she's kind of playing a little bit of a higher line. She's not sitting back in the purple. She's kind of playing up a little bit more, and it's making it difficult for the Lady Bears to play through balls because she's out and getting them right at the 18 when they get there.
I mean, it's definitely no secret how Bryan planned to play this year. I mean, you just look at the numbers from the previous years, and you recognize Ava is going to be the target on almost everything. And it's less of a secret, and it's more, can you stop it? And I think Lima Shawnee have put in good measures to try to limit a lot of what Bryan is trying to do. The question is, can you keep it up for an 80-minute game?
Exactly.
So,
it can get kind of tiring playing with that. Those center backs are constantly running back and forth trying to stop her. And I think that was Winsler just tries to clear it out, or pass to Green. Green is going to find Elkins, and a good pass by Elkins to find Zimmerman. Zimmerman has Arnold backside. She's going to cut in.
lovely bit of skill.
And just can't find it, and it's going to roll, and a good save there by keeper. But a good place of individual play by Zimmerman.
Yeah, I got it on the right, tried to cut a few people in. Probably one too many cuts. Maybe could have found someone on the back post, but, I mean, good effort, good opportunity early. A few more of those, and you happen to think one would go Bryan's way.
Yeah. And like we said, Ava Zimmerman's one of those players that if she gets the ball at her feet, you don't know what she can do with it. And, I mean, she can surprise, or she not really surprise anymore, but she can definitely make some magic happen. See a little bit more play here on the wing. And just a bad pass there from Taylon Padgett. And now Boffman back on the attack, and a really good one-touch there to find Arnold with the left. Now Arnold looking in. She's got Zimmerman in the middle. She's going to play across. Zimmerman's trying to fight for it, and a good collection
Good job
there.
from the keeper there.
Yeah, Bunky does a good job to command that box, and also a really good job by that center back, not really letting Ava get to that, because if she doesn't use her body to shield Ava there, Ava probably gets ahead on that.
Lima Shawnee's doing a fantastic job of holding the ball up, getting up top, and just 1-2s down the wing. There's been multiple times, especially on the left-hand side here with number 7.
Padgett.
Just making a few passes happen and getting something going.
Garlock there tried to find. Pass in the middle, couldn't get there. Hard pass to Zimmerman, great touch. Tries to find Green, can't get it. We're going to get a pass back to the keeper and a little bit of possession. Never mind. She's just going to try to kick it away. Live to fight another day.
Yeah, no chances there taken. Get it as far down the field as you can. And had a mass subs from both teams here.
Yeah, we got hockey subs coming in.
It'd be impossible
line
to try to
change.
read
Yeah,
these
line
out.
change. I'm not even going to try to tell you who all Shawnee subbed in. We got Cassidy Deachin for the Bears on the right side, and I think maybe 2 other subs. I didn't see them either, so nobody new. So just people returning, got a little breather, and they're back into the game now. I think one of those might have been Carly McDade, as she's back into the game in the midfield role. She was playing at the left back earlier. Like we said, it's early. You're kind of experimenting a little bit, trying to see what can work. McQuillan does not shy away from changing things up mid-game and trying to get a different look and confuse the other team a little bit, especially with a big line change like that, maybe getting an
really
advantage.
shows the depth of both teams, just being able to make that change. I mean, there's a lot of teams that would feel 5 or 4 subs will put them down a level, and apparently both these teams feel like they can play at a high level with. And that's a brilliant ball in.
And a good communication again there by Vollmer and sliding in to get that ball. Really good collection by her. She doesn't have a save yet, but just command of that box is really important and really helps your team out. And the defenders really trust her.
I think they got Boffman on a push in the back there on the 50.
Yeah, and that's the first foul of the game called. First for the Bears as well.
A little bit of miscommunication there, but they keep the ball.
Yeah, Lady Bears will get the ball in the middle. And they'll find McDade on the right. McDade looking for another pass. She tries to get it there to Fisher, but just plays a little too long. And yeah, we really do see that 4-3-3 shape. And Shawnee's not really trying to shy away from it. They had a center back kind of pushed up, and she just dropped right back. Langham will find, I think that's Richmond on the left side. And good fight there, but Shawnee will get the ball. And a little battle there between Deach and Alexis Lee. And McDade is fighting hard. She's hustling hard.
A little bit more possession here from Lima Shawnee as they seem to settle in this game a little bit. 17 left in the first.
Yeah, they also brought in a couple of those starters back in that they had taken out, so a little bit more composure. But we do see that CC Schaff is off the field right now. So it'll be interesting who else is going to try to step up, who they're going to try to look for on the attack. Piper Hanna did a good job trying to fight that off. And kind of out of shape right now from both teams. Bryan needs to get into a little bit more shape as they really got 3 defenders right now.
Really good play there.
Yeah, and teammates just kind of messing each other up there. They had a good look there, and they didn't know who was going for it. Just needed a little bit better communication there. McDade is going to look the ball in the wing. She's going to play it long to Zimmerman. Zimmerman's got 2 to beat. And it's going to be Zimmerman again on the outside, and a good step there. And she touches it out of bounds. But really good defending by Addison Neff. That's going to be the tail of the game right here is Addison Neff versus Ava Zimmerman. Both seniors, both captains, fighting to try to that's going to be the matchup we're going to see a lot of today.
Yeah, definitely a defensive game. I mean, both these teams have showed defensively they're going to be strong. It's who can break that down and who can capitalize, especially with 2 good keepers. It's more than just breaking down the defense. It's making the chances matter. I mean, breaking down the defense is one thing, but being able to put it in the net on a good keeper is a whole nother battle. So.
Exactly, and you always have the turf being an aspect as well. It kind of plays into the Lady Bears strategy a little bit more, playing the long balls, getting one to fly through. But with Shawnee and their crisp passing, it can definitely help them as well. We're going to see Zimmerman take a shot, and it's in, and a volley goal for Ava Zimmerman at the 15:07 mark on your main stop scoreboard. Open when you need them. You're always near a main stop with Thirsty Thursday every Thursday, and a really good shot by Ava Zimmerman. Let's see if we can get a Welling Construction replay on that. But just a really good finish with the right foot. We see, I think the assist was by Richmond. Oh, no, by Boffman. She plays it in off of the head of a Shawnee player and off the right foot of Zimmerman.
Assisted
And
Trinity Boffman.
And Bunky
really good hit, and Knowledge hit that first time, not try to settle anything. I think Bunky was coming out to make some kind of play on that after the slip from a Lima Shawnee defender, and just great awareness from Ava just to put it in without thinking, and that's just a striker's mentality right there. That's really good from her.
Yeah, Bunky, I think, expected her defender to get a little bit more on that, but she kind of slipped and it hit off her head and right to Zimmerman's foot, and she made the most of it. That's not an easy shot to make either. It's tough to hit that volley with that much pace and to that spot. So Zimmerman back again. She's going to play. That's Slagle. Slagle tried to find Arnold, but plays her a little wide.
Good to keep it in there.
Yeah, really good job by Arnold, and let's see, it's going to end up being a Shawnee throw. Throw into Passion here. She's fighting with Richmond. And again, that's going to be Hannah in the midfield. She's kind of pressed up a little bit more now. Started the game at a center back, and she's kind of moved into the midfield a little bit, or at least has gotten a little bit more freedom to push up. And they're going to call a foul there on Shawnee. I think that was Bryn Patterson. They're going to call that on.
We're going to take a look at that goal again here.
All right, we're going to get another look at that goal here from a different angle. And we see that play in. And she tried to clear it away, but it wasn't. Oh, wait, right here. She tries to clear it away with her head, and it just goes off the back of her head, and Zimmerman reads the ball perfectly.
Just looks like she slipped, misread it a little bit. I mean, going back on a header is always tough. I mean, the power is not going to be there. So, tried to generate a lot of power. slipped, ended up not going away. Very unfortunate for Lima Shawnee. They've been holding well defensively, and for a slip like that, it's kind of, I mean, it's going to be frustrating, but, I mean, they're definitely not going to quit here, so.
Yeah, decent look there from Shawnee, but good defending, and Vollmer was able to pick it up, and she'll be able to play it out on a punt. And a good little play there, and she's going to find Zimmerman here. Ooh, and a tough shot. Slagle looking for the ball, try to play it in, hit off Shawnee's defender. And good composure by Shawnee's defender, and that's going to be a throw-in for them.
Really good from Stump there. Great defending.
Yeah, now Shawnee's back on the attack. And then the ricochet goes to Hannah. Tries to find McDade and plays it behind her.
Just a little bit behind her there. And Hannah now moved to the midfield from her center back role. Quill's probably just trying to get as much out of her and much potential as possible, obviously. Played a lot in the midfield and attack last year, so
yeah,
I'm
and
surprised to see her back up there.
And you saw Fisher a lot last year playing that center back role. She's dropped into that. And you also have Deach at the right back now. So really strong defensive depth for the Lady Bears. And like we said in the pregame, I mean, the defense has kind of been a staple of this Lady Bears team for forever. I mean, you even look back at their tournament last season against the #1 seed Ottawa Glandorf. They didn't give up a goal until like 12 minutes left in the second half of the game against the #1 seed. So a staple, and it's good to see that Quill has some depth again this year and is able to kind of use that and get some of those younger girls experience, especially early on in the season. See Sydney Luce sub into the game again, and she'll take the throw in for the
Looks
Lady
like
Bears.
Bryan switched to a 4-4-2 here with, is that Trinity and Ava up top?
Yes.
And moving into 4 midfielders.
Ooh, that had to hurt. She slid on the track there.
That'll be some turf burn.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's interesting to say that. I think they did switch to that after the goal or right before the goal. So seeing that, Quill trying to drop in an extra midfielder, taking somebody out the front.
Corner from Shawnee here. Could be one of their better opportunities of the half here with 11 minutes left.
Yeah, corner's going to be taken by Bryn Patterson, the senior midfielder. And we'll see how Shawnee lines up here. They're going to line up with 3 or 4 girls by the 18. And Bryan's going to man mark, and they're going to put the girl on each post.
You got a little bit of height, Lima Shawnee. #1, Lena Passion.
The ball comes in. Passion looks to get it, and a kind of scramble in the
Keeper's out.
box. Yeah, Miley tried to get to it, just missed. But really
Very
good job.
fortunate from the Lady Bears there.
Yeah, good job just get the ball up and out, and good defending there. I wasn't sure who cleared that out, but
That
it was a real
Stump really good defending there on the counterattack to stop anything going Bryan's way, but we got a foul here going in Bryan's favor. What a moment that was.
Here's a replay of the foul right here, and it just looked like a little bit of physicality there, and just ends up being a foul. Not on purpose for sure.
A little run over.
Yeah. Shawnee dribbling up here, and it's going to be an easy for Fisher. She's going to find Hannah. Hannah with a really good touch there. Find Langham, and then Langham tried to get it back to Hannah, and good step there from the Shawnee defender. Long ball there, finds Passion. Passion's got
She's
it.
in on goal.
Here's a shot here, and a good save there, a good diving save from Miley Vollmer, and a rebound, and it doesn't get the goal.
Side netting.
Yeah, that's a good initial first save by Miley Vollmer, and then let's think we might get a replay on that. But a good job there by Bryan's defender here. Yep, we got a replay here. Really good through ball to Passion as we have an injury. I don't know if that's Langham or McDade. But, yeah, good through ball here, and Passion does a good job. And a good diving save by Vollmer. She gets up really fast, and that was number 16. Number 16 for the Lady Bears. That was Carly McDade, the freshman. She's the one who gets a little injured in that. And that replay was sponsored by Welling Construction. Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building custom quality homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. But, yeah, really good job there by McDade, because if McDade doesn't rush in and hustle in there, that might be an easy goal for Shawnee off the rebound.
Yeah, it was definitely Shawnee's best opportunity this game so far. I mean, Passion on that right wing has been brilliant today. started off the game with a good bit of skill. Started the game, and now with that through ball, it was good to see. I mean, she's a freshman also.
Yeah.
So that's pretty remarkable to see. Her first touch taking her to goal is something you like to see, especially out of a freshman, not to shy away from that. First game of the season, first game of her high school career. I mean, not assuming preseason, but
Yeah, that was a good good step there by Avery and Fisher to get in front of it, but it's going to be another corner here for Shawnee. And the first corner was pretty dangerous as Miley tried to come out and get it and just missed it, and a little bit of a goal mouth scramble, and Bryan was able to clear it and almost get a counterattack from it, but we'll see what's going to happen here from the right side.
Kind of the same setup from Shawnee here, 4 people at top crashing in.
Right foot in, swinging ball. Vollmer's going to get some hands on it, get enough on it to just get it out of there. And Vollmer does a good job to read that, gets a one-handed catch. I'd like to see Miley, and I'm only allowed to say this because I've coached her a little bit, but I'd like to see Miley punch that there. But enough, she gets enough on it to get it out of trouble to just get it out of harm's way.
I think after those two, Shawnee will definitely be looking for corners throughout the rest of this game and taking full advantage of those. Seen Miley kind of come out twice. Not too sure she's going to get there. First time she didn't at all. Second time. Got there, but just not quite enough that you'd want. Thought there was a foul there.
Yeah, a bit of a push in the back on Wallace. They are going to call that a foul.
Yeah, we do got a foul.
And that's the third foul of the game for Shawnee. But, yeah, pretty dangerous. One thing you'll see from Shawnee is they like to play in-swinging corners. When they're taking it from the left side, they're going to have a righty taking it. When they're playing it from the left side or the right side, they're going to have a lefty taking it. Just to get that in-swing, like you mentioned earlier, they have the height, and they're just trying to get something going with that in-swinging ball. It's a little bit harder to read as a goalie. Ball's going to get through. And Luce does a good job tracking. Big ball here, and Richmond is going to get to it. But, Shawnee's starting to look a little bit more dangerous on the attack. I think that goal that Zimmerman scored kind of lit a fire under them, and they're playing a lot more aggressive now with 6 minutes and 7 seconds left to go on the main stop scoreboard. Main stop always open when you need them. You're always near a main stop with Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. We're going to get some subs here. Looks like Deech is going to come back in. She's going to sub in Luce. And then Elkins is going to come in, and she is going to get, I think that was Wallace she got. And it looks like Slagle or Boffman, one of the two came in for the Bears. It was Slagle, back on the right side.
Good clearance there from Lima Shawnee.
Oh, and a good turn there.
A little bit of skill.
Shawnee's got the numbers, 5-on-4 right now. Plays a long ball through. Vollmer comes out big, and really good job to come out by Vollmer. I know that stresses a lot of people out, her coming out that big, but the confidence to come out to the 18 and get a ball is something like just having control of the box, not even letting them get a touch in your box, is a good mentality sometimes to have if you are confident enough and you make the right read right away.
Oh, yeah, I just always say you got to, as Bryan turns it over in a poor spot.
Yeah, this will be Shaw or Cece Shaw. But Bryan able to get a good turnover and good ball there for Zimmerman. Zimmerman on her left. Good shot and a good save there by Shawnee. And a good job there by Slagle. Right back. She's going to take a shot.
Oh, what
and
a
it's
hit.
It's in the goal. And that ball just floated right into the corner. And that's a tough save there. And that goal was by Emma Slagle, the sophomore. Really good job by Emma Slagle. No assist. It was kind of off a rebounded shot from Ava Zimmerman, but
She was in her right place the first time. Just
Goal, Emma Schlegel.
The shot just kind of came off at a wrong angle, and thought the Lima Shawnee player was in a position to clear, but Slagle didn't give up on it.
yeah, and here's the replay right here. Slagle left-footed shot just kind of floats in and finds the net. Really good job there by Slagle.
Placement over power, that's a good hit. That's where you need to put it. Far post or your left foot. Can't ask for too much more on a finish there.
Yeah, and a good initial save there by Bunky, and just unfortunate that her defense couldn't help her out a little bit more there. But Zimmerman had a really good shot that started that whole situation there. We're going to try to find Elkins in the middle. 4 minutes and 4 seconds to go. 2-0 is your score. Bryan is winning on the main stop scoreboard. And a good clearance there. And See, Shawnee just played a clearing ball. It'll be interesting. If the Lady Bears can hold this lead at half, they're going to probably feel pretty comfortable going into it. If they just need to hold it for 3 minutes and 40 seconds, and you go into half really confident, but you let in a goal here from Shawnee, and then all the momentum swings over. And Coach Collins, we had him all the time. His favorite quote was, 2-1's the worst lead to have in soccer, and you really don't want to let them score with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. So you might see Quill drop a midfielder back or play a little bit more defensively, as you kind of do see with kind of looks like Fiverr kind of playing a little bit more back. She kind of made one of the midfielders more of a defensive midfielder.
Just happened to Bryan Boys on, I think it was Saturday. They had Salina came up here to play, and 2-0 within 5 minutes. Unlucky weather delay with about 6 minutes left, and they came out and got one right before halftime, made it a 2-1 lead going to the second half, and fought the entire time. I ended up getting a corner at the end to make it 2-2. So you'd like to see Bryan hold this out here.
Yeah, and a good job here. Not the best pass, as it's going to almost get to Padgett. It's going to be a really good job there by Cassidy Deach, and it's going to end up being a Lady Bears throw.
Seen some good bit of skill from Maddie Walter out there on the right wing, who replaced Passion.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the ref, he's calling for a sub. I thought he was saying a switch, and Zimmerman is going to get a break. They're going to put, I think that's Zoe Gillette up top. Zimmerman with a goal and set up the second goal. She doesn't get credited for the assist on the score sheet, but I'm sure she might count it as an assist in her head after passing it off the goalie to Slagle. So that's going to get her first touch of the game, and it's going to get cleared away there by number 20, Haley Stump. Normally I'd use the captain's armbands to help me kind of figure out who's playing, but when you have 6 captains, it's kind of hard to tell.
A lot of captains, a lot of leadership out of Shawnee. 6 captains, and most of them are seniors. I saw at least one junior with the captain's armband. So definitely a lot of people that coach trust.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to pick one or two when you have 5 or 6 who are all show captain's tendencies. So yeah, 1:22 left here, and we're going to see a ball in from Hannah. She's been putting some good balls in all day, and a good clearance there from Morgan Betts. Morgan Betts has been a little bit reminiscent of Carter Luce on the boys' team, just winning every header on long balls, and it really helps Harper Bunky out when she can trust a center back is just going to clear those out.
I mean, even with the 2 goals, both center backs from Shawnee's have been very good today, holding it up, both being physically dominant and winning a lot of aerial duels. So,
yeah, I would not blame either of the 2 goals as we get a long ball here to Boffman. Boffman's going to try to get a touch, and a good job there by Bunky to get a hand on it, and she trips up Boffman, and that's going to end up being a goal kick. I think it just bounced off of Boffman's foot as it went out of bounds, but really good bravery there by Bunky. That's a tough save to make coming out on a one-on-one like that.
Get just enough of the ball to slow her down, get a deflection off of her, and win the goal kick. Obviously, she'd probably want to collect that, having it back, but did just enough to make a good play on the ball and try to see this game out at least 2-2.5, but Bryan's on the break again.
And again, with 10 seconds left in the game, we'll see if Bryan can get something going.
8, 7.
And it doesn't look like it, and it looks like we're going to go to the
4,
half.
3, 2, 1, half.
And with that, Bryan leads at half 2-0. Well, real quickly, we'll take a scoring breakdown of the half. First goal was scored by Ava Zimmerman off an assist. I forget the assist. Not doing my job the best today, but
I think it was Trinity Boffman.
Yeah, Trinity Boffman had a good ball in off the head of a Shawnee player. And then a good volley by Ava Zimmerman to the top left corner to finish for the first goal of the game. And then second goal of the game was off a right-footed shot from Ava Zimmerman, bounced off the keeper's hands, and really good job to finish with the left foot, floated into the left corner there from Slagle. Bears have looked pretty comfortable scoring this half, but Shawnee has not looked like they've been the losing team at all. They've had some really good play, and honestly, just 2 defensive mishaps. I wouldn't. Those are 2 kind of just unfortunate goals that you kind of shrug your shoulders and be like, you know what? we played well, and just kind of an unfortunate goal.
2 unlucky for Shawnee, and I mean they've definitely grown into the game, especially after the probably 15 minutes in. 25 minutes on, they seem to be way more composed, especially in the midfield, and saw a little bit of attacking third at the end, but they can't seem to put it all together in the attacking third. I mean, veteran coach over here maybe definitely make some crucial decisions and make some movements and adjustments and tell people where to go, and hopefully they can put together that final third and get something going.
Yeah, and we'll definitely talk more about some of those adjustments she might make after this break. We'll be back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Welcome back out to the Golden Bears Sports Network. Don Malinga joined aside Dylan Koenig from a really good first half of soccer here at Golden Bears Stadium. Lady Bears lead 2-0. Dylan, what did you see there from the first half?
Starting off with the Shawnee Indians, I mean, they definitely grew into the game. I think defensively they look sound despite the 2 goals. I think first one's obviously an unlucky slip, and the second one is good play all around, and then a rebound on the back post and one make miss, and then a good shot. But defensively, they look very sound. In the midfield, they're holding the ball fairly well against this Bryan team, who's a pretty aggressive, ball-winning team. And then in the attacking third, you just like to see them put a little bit together, like I was mentioning earlier. Some key players for them definitely are going to be CC Schaff, as we've been mentioning this whole game, but also Pashon and Kularathnu. I think have been brilliant so far in this first half, and like to see a lot more for them in the second.
Yeah, and I've been really impressed by the center backs. I know we hit on it a little bit in that first half, but been really impressive from them and kind of holding off. Zimmerman has not really had that many chances because of them and not really denying that long through ball. You know, it was one of the keys for Shawnee, but they've really been executing it. It's one thing to say you're going to do it, but it's another thing to actually do it, and they've been doing a really good job at doing that. What would you say you've seen from Bryan so far that you really liked, and some things that you think that McQuillan might, say in that to them right now in this huddle?
I really liked when they held possession. Obviously, it's one of the keys. I thought starting out the game they were way too direct. I mean, everybody knows you're trying to get Ava the ball up top as fast as possible, and I mean they were trying to do that off the bat, but just trying to possess the game. And I think they did that a little better, especially when Hannah moved into the midfield. So I would like to see a little bit more possession, especially on 2-0 and moving the ball around. But they've been doing really good getting forward, making good connections, especially Zimmerman up top. She's been linking up with Josie and Slego very well, then making stuff on her own.
Yeah, and I would like to say I've been really impressed with the depth of both these teams, but specifically Bryan and some of those underclassmen coming in and playing really hard. I mean, I said Elkin's name a couple of times. She was hustling to the ball really well. You saw Green get a couple minutes. She came in and she played really hard, and they were looking for her on the wing. And even Sydney Luce was getting in on defense, and although that one opportunity was because of a through ball that she was a little bit behind on, everybody has been the depth and the subs coming in have been doing a really great job. And it must make Coach Quill feel really good that she's got 7 or 8 girls that can come off and play and give her quality minutes.
I mean, this early in the season, you expect rotation, but being able to throw both of them, 6 or 7 guys or girls off the bench, and not see a dramatic drop-off in play is, I think, a testament to both coaching staffs and obviously the ladies out there that work hard regardless of where they're at.
We're going to take one more break, and then we'll be back after this with some halftime adjustments on the Golden Bears Sports Network. And the first half is getting kicked off again, or second half is getting kicked off, excuse me, and we'll look to see what we can get here from the Lady Bears. Dylan, what do you think were some of the things McQuillan was kind of saying to those girls in that halftime huddle?
I think she just kind of reiterated, good for just reiterating the good first half. Tell the girl, obviously second game. There's probably a few things she wanted to see that she didn't see, and there's a few things she wanted to see that she did. You got to point those out, and you got to make those known to the team right away. So I'm sure she did that. But also talking about holding possession, I'm sure she wants to try to see this game out. First game didn't get the result you want, so it's pretty important to try to see one out.
And that was a really good job there by the one you highlighted at halftime. Kularathna, yeah, she did a good job there. And Shawnee's kind of looking in the attack early. We're going to see a pass in. And a tap of the foot and a good save there by Miley Vollmer. Really good play there by Shawnee, and Passion had a good shot on goal, and Vollmer just has a good low dive to her left side. And we got a Welling Construction replay. Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and prize ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Call us at 419-636-3712. Really good save there by Miley Vollmer.
How good is that from the freshman, Lena Pashun? Just not even trying to get a touch in the box. First time, left foot poke, trying to beat Miley on her near post. I mean, you got to love to see what you saw from the freshman if you're Lima Shawnee.
Yeah, and we didn't even get to talk about Shawnee's halftime adjustments yet, but we saw something right there. Really good attacking play by Shawnee just to start off the game, not even a minute in.
Yeah, I mean, you look at a coach who's been there for, I think, 24 seasons, and you can't imagine they come out second half looking like the first half, especially this early in the year. I'm sure she focused on a lot of the young players with being not a very old team, but having returning players and having people she trusts, obviously, with 6 captains. I'm sure she tried to focus on the younger players and see what she can get out of
A little bit
some
of
younger people.
a little bit of an interesting thing we see here is Hannah's back at center back. That might be Coach Quill just wanting to have a little bit more strength in the defense in the second half, being up 2-0. You don't really want to give anything away early on and just kind of keeping some composure and having that really strong captain there in the center. And you also see she didn't start the first half, but she's playing here as Cassidy Dietz. She's in the left back as well. So a little bit of changes that she made at half, a couple adjustments. And we'll see Boffman again playing that central midfield role.
Really good ball out there from Boffman, trying to switch the fields. I mean,
Arnold
you definitely
finds-
see it's getting congested.
Yeah, Arnold finds Zimmerman up top. Zimmerman's going to play back to Arnold. Arnold tries to play it across. A little bit of contact, no foul called. And it's going to be a little play here. Tries to find Langham and then tries to find Arnold, and it's just 2 deflections.
Right idea there from, is that Fisher?
Yeah, Fisher.
Yeah, right idea
Blanked
out there
there.
trying to get it to the left.
Yeah, Fisher did a good job there, just trying to find somebody, and good defending there by Shawnee. They've looked really organized on the defensive side, and it's made Bryan really tough to score. A little bit of a handball there, no call. Zimmerman tried to get it, but it's going to be Langham. She's going to find really good ball to Arnold, and really good hustle and a clearance there by Addison Neth, but a really good find there from Langham.
Yeah, really good ball, just not enough speed on the left wing there to get the ball, but to win the throw is very good for Josie. So see if they can make something out of this good opportunity.
Yeah, and Josie has a pretty good throw, so we'll see what she can do. She's going to find Zimmerman. Zimmerman with a little bit of a fun touch there, fighting, and really, really good job there by Neth.
Again, brilliant defending there from the center backs from Lima Shawnee.
Yeah, Neth, we've said her name a couple of times, but, you know, Ava really fights to get around her there, and she just uses her body perfectly, shields the ball away, and lets it go out. And we mentioned it, but Bunky having center backs like that to really help her just helps her be a lot more confident. I know I had 2 really strong center backs last year, and having that made me much more confident to play at the keeper position. Good ball there.
Great read.
Yeah, even better read. That was Kularathna again. And again, Bryan is kind of just early on. I feel like they just are playing a little bit of kickball, trying to find spots, and need to settle it back into the second half a little bit.
Looking down at my sheet, I just noticed Kularathna is also a freshman.
Yeah, so some really strong freshmen. Like we said, we had said Pashon, who's starting the second half. She didn't start the first half. Kularathna, also a freshman. And then we saw a couple other freshmen as well. Reese Neth, I'm assuming the younger sister to Addison Neth, also one of the freshmen starting on this team.
This early in the season, especially with the freshmen, you love to see just any kind of output, any kind of willingness to go after a game like this.
Yeah,
Especially against a good opponent.
Really good step there. I think that was McDade. She gets subbed back in. I think she was subbed for, and a good ball into Zimmerman. And then again, said her name a bunch. Morgan Betts does a good job. Arnold tries to play a ball in with her left foot, but not as much power as I'm sure she would have hoped to have on it. But yeah, you're talking about freshmen like being quality members for the team. But it can really help a coach out. you aren't sure you graduate some seniors. Like we said, they graduated 8 seniors last year. You know, you're like, oh no, what are we going to do? And you have freshmen that come in and give you quality minutes and play really hard. And now you're like, man, I got started for 4 more years, and it's kind of a sigh of relief for especially an experienced coach that Shawnee has.
Yeah, I mean, good coaches definitely try to focus on the current game and the current result. But I mean, the difference is great coaches kind of pull a good result from every game. And I think that's definitely one of the good results in that first half and in the beginning of the second half, even though you're down 2-1 to get something like this.
Kularathna does a good job trying to find Lee there, but a good block by Piper Hannah. Playing really well at that center back position. Good hustle there by McDade, I think she's a freshman as well. Just does a good job, just loses the ball out of bounds. And a dangerous ball in. Tries to find Lee, but again, center back, I think that was Winsler that time. Does a good job of get the foot in. And Zimmerman almost gets the ball there, but Betts steps in front of it with a block and another one by Betts. She is all over the place today. And you see a little bit different as Shawnee, when they play, they're going to play forward, and then they're going to play a little bit hold up, keep possession, and they're trying to push together as a team. Whereas Bryan, the first chance they get for a counterattack, they're going to play the ball through. And just two different styles of play we're seeing, and Bryan's is just working out a little bit better right now. But, Shawnee is a style of soccer you like to see. That's a style that can win you games. They've lost possession a little bit too much for that to be a quality strategy for them right now.
It almost looks like they're just one or two passes or steps away from creating something really good, and I wonder if that's just the transition from grass to turf. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure Shawnee does play on a grass
Field, yep.
It's an amazing grass facility. The game changes from turf to grass as there is a turnover in a bad spot of the field. From the Bryan.
Passion there. Almost really good in physicality. I think we're going to get a foul. No foul called there. That was just really good physical
good body,
play.
Shoulder, arm stayed down.
Yeah, that's a sophomore there.
Is that Lee?
That was Lee, yep. And again, really good physicality. Josie wants the foul call, and right there is definitely a foul. You get a little bit of shoulder to shoulder, but right there you saw a little bit of arm extend, and really good job by the official on this side to make that call. You want to let them play physical, but you also don't want to let it get out of hand.
That right there is textbook refereeing for anyone new to the sport. I mean, you see a shoulder to shoulder, you let it go. A little bit later, you see a little bit of arms, and you call that one right away. So really good job there from the refereeing crew. And
Slagle did a good job there to draw the foul. She cut in with her left, was trying to look for a shot, but she's going to get a foul call. Now we get a free kick that Zimmerman's going to take. And honestly, Zimmerman's kind of a free kick specialist for the Lady Bears team. She scored quite a few goals off of free kicks. I remember the last game that we called was a girls' game, and I remember Coach Collins getting super excited off a Zimmerman free kick. And Shawnee thought they were going to get away with standing there, but on a football field, the 10 yards are kind of marked up for you. So we'll see what Zimmerman does here. It looks like she might have the backside open. Oh, and off the football crossbar. But that's not an awful shot. We'll see if we can get a replay of that, a Welling Construction replay.
Really good job from Bunky there just to have it even covered. I mean, you never really know, but I feel like she was in a good position and got to a good spot, even if that was on target.
Yeah, and we're going to see Slagle subbed out. We're going to see, I think both Slagle and Boffman came out. And we're going to see Elkins get subbed into the game. And somebody else in the midfield, Zoe Gillette maybe, up top. Yep. But, yeah, that's kind of a tough angle to take a free kick from, right down the middle. Especially as a goalie, it's kind of hard to set up a wall because you want to take away a side because if you just set them up right in the middle, you can pick either side, and it's a lot harder to react to as a goalie. So what you typically want to do is set it up on the side it's closer to. So she was a little bit more on the goalkeeper's right. So she set up her wall on the right post and decided she was going to cover the left side of the goal. And that's what she did. And Zimmerman had a nice shot, just wasn't able to find the net.
Yeah, straight on's always a little tougher. A little harder to bend, and also 20-yard line. It's a little close for a free kick. I mean, especially if you're trying to put some dip on the ball, get it to drop into a corner 20 yards. You got to put a lot of spin on it to get it down.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it might almost be better to try to almost a play there and have somebody run on and maybe try to get an assist off of that, but we don't have the money to hire Arsenal's set-piece coach, so we'll do what we can.
Still a good hit from Ava and a good save by Bunky.
We're going to get a throw in here from Betts as Shawnee took off Passion, and in for the game for them is Maddie Walter, the freshman.
Looks like they also subbed off the left winger for Pageant.
And an easy collection there from Shawnee's keeper. A little bit too direct of a ball there from Bryan, but a good punt. And, a good punt from a keeper can automatically put the ball in harm's way, but Bryan's defense does a good job of clearing it out. Time to see. I think this is Walter's first time into the game. We'll see what she can do. Really good job by Hannah just using her body, and she's going to draw a foul. Maybe a little bit of a ticky-tack foul there, but, I mean, she's pushing into the back a little bit with really good shield by Hannah.
Defender's always going to get some grace on that, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and Hannah almost just frustrated her to the point where she just pushed her a little bit. She's like, I can't get the ball because Hannah was just doing a really good job shielding and took it a little too far there. Got a really good step there by Stump, and Stump's going to take the ball on her foot. She's got to beat Hannah, take it to her left. She's going to, and now it's a 4-on-3. Stump is going to keep it going. Gets a pass. She might get a shot, and a really good step there by, I think that was Richmond. And a deep shot. Miley's going to get a hands on and a good save there from Miley Vollmer.
It was always tough dropping on the back post. You always got to be wary of those as a keeper.
Yeah, and a really good job. I mean, that's a tough ball to read. Ball's coming across. There's some backspin on it. You got to run backwards, but you also got to keep your body forwards, obviously. So really good job. It's almost like reading a pop fly in baseball. You got to go find the spot and jump forward to come get it, and she did a really good job there. We got another subs coming in. We're going to get Sydney Luce in, and then we're also going to get Kularathna back in for Shawnee, and we're going to get I'm not sure who else subbed in for Shawnee.
That's 16.
Yeah, maybe 16. Cece Schaff back in the game. And now we see her at a forward spot. We saw her at the midfield earlier in the game. They pushed her up. They really want to see her scoring potential. Sorry, they put her at a
She's a striker.
Yep. The way they were running, I was like, it looked like she was defending for a second, but it was just, I think she was trying to check into the ball.
Play a false 9 a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll see her checking into the midfield a lot, but Shawnee's coach wants to put a little bit of veteran up there. I mean, to start out the half, it was freshman, sophomore, freshman. So, like to see someone a little more seasoned veteran put up there as she makes a run into the box to start off.
And a shot is going to get deflected by Hannah, and an easy save there for Miley Vollmer. And, you know, that's what she's going to want to see. She's going to try to attack one-on-one matchups, and she really liked that, but Hannah did a really good job taking a step in. She kind of came last second. But that's going to be the dangerous thing, is she is going to be able to take shots from outside the 18. She was an All-Ohio player. She's going to have the confidence to do that. You got to be ready for it if you're Miley Vollmer.
I don't know where she got her All-Ohio honors, if it was in the middle of the park or if it was up top, but I mean, a brilliant first run. You'd like to wonder why maybe she was starting off in the midfield. Maybe they felt they need more solidity in the midfield or something, but I mean, brilliant run. She looks calm and composed up there.
Yeah, it might be they just wanted somebody to track Zimmerman as she makes runs, but obviously they need to score some goals if they want to win this game. So putting her up top and see what she can do. But you do see her still checking in. You might see her check in a little bit more still, but she's definitely going to be the target man up top, as she is right there. And she's going to burn the left back again, and we'll see if she's going to cut in. She's going to try to take it to net. On her right foot, the shot, and misses. And honestly, decent defending there. I think that was Richmond. I think that was Richmond out on the right side. Good defending. Doesn't really give her an easy shot. Sticks with her the whole time.
That's 2 in a minute now that you've seen from CC Schaff, and makes you wonder. You see Shawnee's kind of switched up how they're planning on attacking this game. Obviously need the goals, and you wonder if McCullen's going to try to counter that in some aspect. Drop a holding midfielder deeper and follow her, but
yeah, and we're going to see Hannah with a good outlet pass. Let's see if Slagle can deal with it. She gets a touch on it, but really good job pressuring from Morgan Betts, and she's going to play it up. And and dispossessed there, but she does a good job to fight it back. That was McDade. We're going to see her again with a long shot, and Vollmer comes in to collect it. Really good job. That was almost dangerous. There on the left side, they had a runner, almost got a foot onto it, but Vollmer, again, great control of her box, and it's made it really difficult for Shawnee to really do anything.
good win in the midfield from Kularathnu.
Yeah, and again, left side here, this is Paget. Paget's going to play it back. She's got one more drop if she wants it. Missed kick and cleared there, and it's going to get Gillette. Gillette didn't get a touch, and it's back to the midfield here. And again, we're seeing the midfield drop back so much that the Shawnee has a lot of space here around the 20 to 40 yard line to do work with. And here, you know, we could see a bit of a counterattack if we get a good ball by McDade. McDade's going to play it through and just a little bit too left. If she plays that a little bit more to the right, that might be a really good ball and possibly a chance for the Bears. Langham's going to get the ball in the middle. back to Hannah. Hannah shifted over a little bit.
This midfield is about as open as you could ask for it from both teams. Definitely an opportunity to possess from both guys. See games getting on, a little desperate from Shawnee. You see some clumping. If you could really switch the field from Bryan here, especially in the middle of the park, it would be.
Yeah, we're going to see Boffman here, a nice little move. She's going to try to play Gillette. Gillette's not going to get to it, use some physicality, win it. I think if she took an extra touch before making that pass, she might have been able to find Zimmerman through, but it gets
There's been a few of those
dispossessed.
today, hasn't there, where you just one more touch or even just get control of the ball.
Yeah, good play there by Kularathna. She gets it past with some good pressure. And we're going to get some more subs. I think that's Arnold coming in. She's going to come in for Gillette. And we're going to see Fisher come in for Elkins.
CC Shaw subbed off for Lima Shawnee.
Yeah, an interesting thing there. Maybe you do see the knee brace. There's a chance that maybe she's had a knee injury that they're trying to nurse a little bit. We didn't get that in our injury report, but it's something you might be concerned about. She's your senior, and this is a non-league game, and you're down 2-0. Is it worth it to injure a player a little bit more in a game that really doesn't matter that much? I mean, it's the first game of the season. They have a lot of time left. Obviously, every game is important, but you would rather have your wins later in the season in league play and going into tournament play.
Yeah, this is definitely the point where you start to ask about fitness questions and how the different training sessions have been going and past injuries at this point.
Yeah, Shawnee tried to play a ball in, was defended well, but they're going to call a foul. And now this might be a dangerous set piece here. We'll see how Vollmer sets up. You can see her command well in the box, and we'll see how Shawnee sets up. Interesting right now.
We've seen how good they are on corners. I can't imagine we got an in-swinger on this one, too, just like the corners.
Yep, they're taking an in-swinger here.
A lot more spread out from Shawnee, though.
Ball in. Vollmer does a really good job to collect that.
Read that one perfectly.
Yeah, and that's a great read, and that's just a senior leader with a lot of experience under her belt, and that's why she's one of the best goalies in the area. And a little bit of possession here from Shawnee. They're gonna play it back to their keeper, and they're gonna find the ball in the middle here to Stump. Stump again gets it. She's gonna play it out wide to Kularathna. Kularathna to the middle there.
Good bit of play there from Shawnee to break it out the back.
Yeah, Neff to Paget.
You always see they're just one pass short, one touch away.
Yep, and there's loose, dispossessed. Shawnee, she's going to try to find, can't tell if that's Boffman or Slagle. I think that might be Slagle. Boffman. It's hard to tell. They both play the same position. Their hair is about the same color.
Every time you guess, you're always wrong, too,
I know.
unfortunately, as a commentator.
I know. I'm not going to get to call another game after this one. And we're going to see Paget again. Or is that Paget or is that? I think that's Passion.
That's Passion.
Yeah, and a good through ball
good
there
line.
to the freshman, and Vollmer's going to do a really good job coming out.
How
and
good is that from McDade, right?
Yeah, really good shield. And you see Miley give her a little bit of a fist bump there. That's really good shielding, and I don't think if McDade doesn't shield that, I don't think Vollmer gets to that. So really good job. You can hear some of the Shawnee parents getting a little bit frustrated, wanting a call there, but that's just great defending, and you're never going to get called for that.
No, that's never a call.
Really good fight from Zimmerman there. She ran all the way from up front to go get that ball, but just not the best pass coming out of that. Oh, you like to see a little bit better job there. And we're going to see Vollmer come out again. And you can hear all the Bryan fans take a little bit of a deep breath there, a little nervous, but Vollmer commands her box well, and you can trust her to go get those balls. But
honestly, if the game keeps going like this, I'd be shocked if this thing ends with 0 goals from Lima Shawnee. They're just knocking on the doorstep, and like I said, one pass away, one dribble away, one touch away. I mean, they've already seen some good shots, and I think their play is just getting better and better as they go on, especially at a halftime. I mean, and then the other thing they got going for them is this midfield possession. They're out-possessing Bryan going to Bears way more than what they did in the first half, and I think that's going to give them a better shot at attacking.
Yeah, the longer and longer the Lady Bears go without a score, the closer that Shawnee gets to scoring. As Zimmerman's going to get the ball, and a really, really good step there. I think that was Neth as well. It was Addison Neth, great step. And we're going to get some more subs. And it looks like coming out for Shawnee is Walters, and They're going to shift over Passion to the right side, and we get number 16, CC Schaff, back in. So, it's now or never. 18 minutes left on the main stop scoreboard. Main stop always open when you need them. You're always near a main stop with Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. But 18 minutes left on that main stop scoreboard. It's starting to get to the crunch time. You got to score a goal now, or else you'll start to see McQuillan probably drop someone else back. She'll probably end up playing a 4-4-2 with 2 defensive midfielders or something along those lines, just to try to drop the line back and not give up 2 goals.
Holding a little bit more of a double pivot with the 4-4-3-3 that she tries to run, just anchoring that defense a little bit, you'd probably see. Also, how good was Maddie Walters there on the right there?
Yeah.
I mean, she did play in the first half, but good quality minutes there. And then another freshman. I mean, truly remarkable from Shawnee what they're being able to do with this young of a squad. I mean, we got 4 freshmen, sophomores, minus CC Schaff, who just moved up to striker, playing the front line the entire game. I mean, you could see why, first game of the season, why they haven't found the score sheet, but I can't imagine that being an issue throughout the year and throughout the future.
Yeah, Evie Brock there. She's at center back position. We haven't heard her name a lot, but did a good job clearing the ball out. And again, this midfield has been strong, and we see number 14, Addison Neff, got kind of moved into or pushed up into the midfield role. But it looks like they're still dropped back. I guess it was the midfielder had dropped in. They had flipped around.
Yeah, she just got pulled up with the pace of play, but
yeah,
she's a little upset there with that call. And I mean, I feel like she held her spot and got ran into, but refs saw it different, so we got a free kick, Bryan.
Yeah, and this is where I am more dangerous for Maeva Zimmerman. She's going to put a long ball in, and should be a pretty easy save there from Bunke. But not the worst idea from Zimmerman. Maybe a little bit more pace on that, but tried to float in the top left corner.
Yeah, I mean, it's always so tempting to go from goal, anything within like 25. So I totally see why she went, but
good through ball there.
Maybe dropping it to the back post is a better option.
And Miley Vollmer again, just composed in the back line and gets a great clearance. Just the command of that box. I know I keep saying it, but as a goalkeeper, it's just so impressive because it really helps your team out so much.
Look at this.
Shawnee's back on the attack. Really good through ball to try to find Schaff on that. Good, that was all ball there. Just kind of rough thing, and that's number 17, and looks like her knee that she had the brace on. That's Samantha Downing, the sophomore, and it looks like she's going to need a sub. See if the refs blow the whistle on it. Yep, and they'll stop the clock. Main stop scoreboard reads 15:30. Bryan's still up 2-0. But yeah, like, really good play through ball. I don't know if we're able to get a replay on that attack that Miley cleared out. Probably not. But just a really good job of her coming out and clearing that line.
Seems like a right ankle injury, which is good with the brace on the left knee. I mean, injury is never good, but you'd hate to see something worse than a sprained ankle this early in the season.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of a limp, and really good job. Shout out to Alyssa, really helpful. She's at all the games, just there, and we appreciate her for everything she does. So, yeah, so getting her to walk off the field, and we'll get this thing started back up, and it looks like we're going to get a throw here from Cassidy Deach. And Cassidy herself has dealt with a lot of injuries, and this is her first kind of full season being able to play, and she's gotten some quality minutes here for the Lady Bears. Good clearance there by number 14. Again, Addison Neff. Just strong defensive line. It makes it really difficult for the Lady Bears, and it's kind of frustrated Josie Arnold and Ava Zimmerman a little bit. I'm sure they wish they could do a little bit more. We're going to get another throw in here for Deach. Deach is going to play it short to Hannah. Hannah's got one on her back, and that's going to be taken away there. But Hannah does a really good job to get the ball back. And she's going to dribble through. A lot of physicality. I've been really impressed with Passion. She's been really good today. A freshman, but she's got a lot of height on her.
Even they were tracking back defensively. I mean, gave up a throw, but stopped Hannah, a very talented player, from advancing up the field.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll see with tall forwards, they don't tend to be the most physical types. They kind of don't really love physicality, but she invited it there and put in a really hard tackle, and that's really impressive, again, from an underclassman to do that and to seek out that that is going to be very beneficial for them later on. we've kind of let the game get away from us a little bit of kind of kickball action right now. With the Shawnee getting desperate, you tend to see this in games like this. We're a little bit closer. Two highly skilled teams, they're just trying to do everything they can to score, but you tend to get a little bit desperate and tend to put some more balls you might not put in that you would, and you tend defensively, you're just trying to get it out because you don't want to let in a goal. So the style of play tends to get a little bit worse, the quality of play, but that can be beneficial to whichever team can kind of figure it out quicker, might be able to benefit from the lesser quality of play.
Shawnee hopes for something here.
It looks like they're trying to mimic us a little bit in a way of just trying to get long through balls to their good striker up top. I almost wish they would continue what they were doing earlier, play 1-2s, try to pass through us rather than pass just over us, I think. We're going to see good ball here on the wing. And she's going to
cut in.
Yep. I think that's Slagle this time. It was.
Those Betts out there defending. Really good job to stick with it after the first cut. Stay with the second cut, win the ball, and clear it out.
Yeah, and we're going to get Amaya Langham's going to come out, and that's going to put in McDade. And might be a little bit of a dangerous throw here. We're going to find Slagle, and Slagle probably could have done a little bit better with that. She's going to turn the ball over.
Good hustle there.
Really good job by Richmond, and she's just going to clear it out. I think she might have gotten cleated, maybe an ankle injury. Never want to see that limp, but she's going to try to play through it. Looks like Quill's got Sydney Lou's going to come in for her as soon as possible. Hannah's really good job by Hannah. Just really good job. Passion is still a freshman, so jumping on that and kind of showed.
Faint.
Yep. Hannah might try to play it back to Vollmer. Ooh, really hard challenge, and Vollmer's going to pick it up, and they're going to call that foul. Let's see if we can get a replay on that. Just kind of go straight through her back. Hannah was just trying to find a way to do something with the ball there. Yeah, right here. Has the ball. She's trying to slow it down and just straight through her back, puts an arm through her back, and pretty easy call there for the ref. Running straight at her from behind. You're not really ever going to get that. It was just being a physical soccer play. So
yeah, she had a good chance to play the ball there. Just a little unlucky.
Yeah. You get desperate sometimes towards the end of the game. You gotta work hard to try to get anything you can.
You can't hate the effort on that. That's gonna be a white throw.
Should be a white throw.
Josie, yeah.
And Josie's smiling. She knew that, but she was gonna try to. Sometimes you try to. Maybe the ref didn't see it well enough, and I can get away with it.
It's worth a question.
Yeah. And we're gonna see Richmond get subbed out, and we're also gonna see again. We see Schaff getting subbed off again, and you're starting to wonder, is it an injury type of thing, or if she's just not in the conditions that she needs to be?
So you see Piper coming off from Bryan at center back, which is kind of surprising. Maybe just trying to get her some water before the last 10 minutes and give her like a 7-minute push at the end, knowing that you could maybe let one in. I don't know, but.
And they have Langham dropped back in, and Langham played center back a lot last year, and she's one of the upperclassmen on this team now. So I'm sure they trust her in the back line to do what she needs to do, as she's going to have the ball on her foot here. Passion here, and she's going to play it off her foot, and it's going to be a throw for Bryan. And Bryan's going to start taking their time now. They're going to take 10 extra seconds on throw-ins, right? They're going to try to kill this game. They'll be really happy with a 2-0 win, and 2-1 starts to get a little bit shaky. Like you said, you don't want to give them that momentum with so little time left. Because typically scoring comes in bunches in high school soccer. You see one goal happen, and then another has a great shot and goes wide. Really close shot. We'll see if we can get a replay on that. Vollmer, I was a little bit worried she didn't dive for that, but really good read from her. We'll see if we can pick up who got a shot here.
Really good play from Shawnee there to just create a shot. This is kind of the time where you got to get one before you get the second. So, 10 minutes left if that would have went in, that would have really started to push from Shawnee. You would see a lot of Bryan people get a little worried. Oh, good cut in here.
And dangerous kind of play here from Bryan.
Is that Maddie Walters playing on the left now? Was playing on the right.
Yep, she flipped back over to the left.
Seems to prefer the left, cutting it on the right. Good play there from number 20. Is it Stump? Yes.
And Walters with a shot and an easy save there for Vollmer.
Just not enough on the left foot.
Yeah, and she probably is just a righty that, the coach probably wants her playing that inverted wing so she can cut in. And, I mean, like we said, you see Sydney Luce on the on the right side. She's a freshman. Maybe she wants to attack her with an inverted winger type of play, and, it worked there. Just couldn't get a shot with her left foot on the left side. But Shawnee's right back on the attack. It's Stump here. Ball at her feet, trying to beat.
I wonder if she's going to take it herself.
Langham, and it's going to deflect off of Langham. Now we got a corner. And, corners have been really dangerous today for Shawnee. It looks like they're going to put an in-swinger on it. So it'll be interesting to see what we get here. So we'll see here. In-swinging corner. And it's going to get headed by Shawnee. Just didn't jump high enough. And that's going to be a goal kick for the Lady Bears. And again, Mila Vollmer's going to take her sweet old time to take this goal kick. Actually, it's going to be Sydney Luce taking it. Honestly, probably a smart move this late in the game. The last thing you want is a miss-hit goal kick that keepers out a goal and you give up a really easy one. At this point, you just don't want to give up anything easy.
Yeah, just get this ball down the field as far as you can and get Sydney back into position.
And Sydney Luce will hopefully she has
Good
some
touch.
of the genes that her brother has, being able to kick the ball a mile.
Really good play there from Bryan to open up the field. I mean, they just took the entire three-person midfield out of the equation if Josie can keep this in.
Really good job by
looks like she
Josie.
does.
And they got the numbers again. Josie's going to try to swing one in with her left. Decent ball.
That's real good.
Oh, and a good touch there by the keeper to get it out. And I think that was on the right side there. Just unfortunate there. Almost got a head on it by Wallace. Sorry, blanked on the name, but
Good bit of play there just to open up the field. I mean, like I said, end of game, kind of bunching up. If you can flip the field, especially early in the midfield, that's going to be your best bet. I mean, they're obviously trying to poke Josie out here on the left-hand side and see what she can do and create something, but I think Bryan would be more content just passing it around this open midfield. They've obviously dropped in. I'm assuming that's to hold up the ball, not looking to necessarily put another one in the net. But, I mean, you look at this midfield, you got 3 people for 50, 40 yards, so.
Yeah, we got 2 more subs here for Shawnee, and if you're Bryan, I really like trying to get the ball to Josie Arnold here on the left side. Composure on the left side, and she's going against Garlock on the left, but, if she can swing a ball in, you could get a goal. It's dangerous there, and she has a good left foot, so she's able to swing one in with some in-swing from her left side. But then again, just that composure on the ball, the confidence, and the ability to, put a ball in and just keep the ball at her feet. Good try there by Bryan, trying to find a way in, and it's going to be a foul on Fisher, and it's going to be Bryan free kick. And, yeah, they really have Zimmerman drop back, and I think it'll stay that way the rest of the game. Like you said, just having someone composed in the midfield, and, they have some strong people up front. So, again, they're going to try to find Arnold. Arnold might be able to get something out of that. Almost does, but another good step there by Neff.
Bryan's done a good job here with those last 3 to 4 minutes, keeping it down in the final 30. Obviously, now they're breaking out, but.
All right, and Stump here is going to get the ball. Right here, if you get a goal, then it gets a little iffy. But if they can't score a goal here, I don't think that they have a chance. But right here, Stump might have a long shot. She will. Vollmer running save and makes it look pretty easy.
I mean, it's kind of crazy to say that Shawnee had numbers on that after, it was built up slow, pass it around.
Yeah, and
you wonder why you're not getting a little more drop back from Bryan, but I guess Quill's more worried about holding it up on top, or that's how they're going to try to play. But a 6-on-5 there is a very good opportunity from Shawnee. It was just a really good save from Miley Vollmer.
Yeah, Miley does a really good job to hold on to that, too. The last thing you want is to parry it away and it gets somebody's foot. But interesting is Shawnee, my stats are really not the best. I've kind of just been doing them as we go, but I think Shawnee has had more shots on goal than Bryan. But Bryan just capitalized on them, and they've had a couple better chances. But
would not be surprised, especially if the way the second half going. I think Shawnee's been a better team since halftime. Just the way they've been able to hold the ball and create good shots. And I think credit to Bryan's defense, the reason that it stays zeros more than anything, and especially Miley, and the way they've been able to hold some of this game.
Yeah, she's had a really good second half, really good command in the box. And now we're going to see a couple players for Bryan in that may not get. We got Adeline Hake in there. And then I think that's walk-up. Chloe, I think. Yeah,
Whole front 3 change.
Olivia walk-up.
Yeah, whole front 3 change. Just trying to get fresh bodies in there. I mean, at this point, you just want them to chase the center backs, chase the keeper, press as hard as you can.
First corner of the game for the Lady Bears. Zimmerman's going to play it in. And I don't love pressing that many people, but they only had 3 or 4 in the box, so not really a chance for a counterattack there. And now we have Stump on the attack, and it's a 3-on-4, and she cuts it back. With much little time left, you kind of got to just keep going forward. And tries to play a pass, and it's too long, and now 3:24 on the main stop scoreboard, and it's going to be desperate now. You're probably going to see just clearing it and sprinting on and hoping that you can get something here. At least even scoring a goal to make it look close, even though, Bryan did dominate the first half of the play. And, the scoreboard doesn't show exactly how well Shawnee has played today, but I'm sure they would like a goal in their first game of the season to just get some confidence here. Langham's going to be, we see Langham drop back at the left back now. Hannah back to the center back spot. I think, I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's Winsler also at center back. She's going to step to the ball.
Good step there, and just trying to get the ball out of the way. Unfortunate foul to a Shawnee player.
Decent look there, but Langham does a good job to get away from it. And Hannah back on the attack.
She's been so good back there as a center defender.
Yeah, Zimmerman, good step there. We might see one more here if Lady Bears can do something. Good through ball there to walk up.
Sides.
Oh, and almost gets to it. Really good ball there. There by Zimmerman. Good look there to try to find Olivia walk up.
Great ball, just unfortunately not quite the speed to get to it.
Yeah, and again, we got Stump, but 2 minutes left in the game, and, there's crazier things have happened as we see a through ball here to Alexis Lee. Lee's going to play the ball across, and a good step there by Hannah. And again, as a defender here, you're just trying to get it out. You're just trying to get it to the next play, reset. Minute 43 left. You're going to see probably him just clear the ball as soon as the ball goes to their feet. There's no reason to try to possess here.
Good little churn there. Is that CC?
Yep. Goff there, or Schaff, sorry. Played a decent ball in with her left, but nobody was there backside to get to it.
Seen a lot of skill from her, especially up top in the second half.
Yeah, and you're going to see Hannah take her sweet old time.
I mean, she can keep putting up quality minutes and getting 70, 80 a game. I think obviously, first team last year, all Ohio. Fantastic player. I'm not saying anything new, but.
And
1
decent
minute
play there.
1 minute left in the
and
game.
a good job by Langham to not give up a corner there. That's a tough one with pressure on your back. I thought she was going to give up a corner, but instead it's just a deep throw-in. And 50 seconds left in the game, and you probably only got one more attack here out of Shawnee. So
it's more important for Bryan here to keep the clean sheet than I think it is for Shawnee to try to get something.
Yeah, especially after giving up 5 goals last game, a really good defensive performance would bring some confidence to this Lady Bears squad, who deserve better than a 5-1 loss to Salina, I assume. 30 seconds left on the main stop scoreboard. Good flick there.
See 10 people in the box for Bryan.
And Vollmer.
No chances taken.
I've taught Vollmer a lot, but I didn't teach her my time-wasting tactics. I personally would have fell on the ball, rolled around a couple of times, taken another 5 seconds off the clock, but, only 10 left in here, and barring
Just
anything.
the kind of guy you are.
10,
yeah.
9, 8, 7,
Lady
6,
Bears are going to end up winning
5,
this game
4,
2-0
3,
after a really
2,
well-played
1.
game. And that's just a really big confidence booster for the Lady Bears, being able to come back from a tough
The
first game
final
loss
from Golden Bear
and
Stadium.
win a game.
Bryan Lady
against a really
Bears
strong
2,
team.
Shawnee
2-0.
0.
It's a really good feeling, and I'm sure the girls are happy to get their first win of the season and hope to build on it as, league play is coming up quicker than you could think. So, just really good confidence booster for the Lady Bears. But if you're Shawnee, that isn't a game where you should be super disappointed about. I mean, you play against a really tough Bryan team that has kind of cemented themselves as one of the better teams here in Northwest Ohio. And, you give them a kind of a good run for their money. And honestly, like you said, they looked a little bit better than us in the second half. But, that's not something they should just hang their head about. Like you said, first game jitters, kind of all that. But definitely good looking forward for them.
Yeah, I definitely think you could see that Bryan already played a game this year, even though it was a loss. He already played a game. You saw a lot from Shawnee, where it was one pass away, one touch away, like I keep saying. But I mean, I think good team or good fight from both teams for early in the year. I mean, I don't think there's too much to hang heads about on either side. So really good from both of them.
Yeah, and let's just kind of look at my shoddy stats from the game. So they're not going to be the best, but I can just kind of give you a little bit of what I had. I had Miley Vollmer for 8 saves, but that doesn't say how well she played this game. 8 saves were actual shot on goal saves, but she had 3 or 4 collections in the box where she came up, and unfortunately those aren't counted as saves. But she came and collected the ball really well and did a really good job. I think that Shawnee had more shots on goal, and I think that Bryan had, they had less shots on goal, but they had some decent attacks. But Shawnee definitely looked better up front, and Bryan definitely looked better defensively, I would say.
Well, to start off what we said and even what the coaches said, breaking down a defense is one thing. Being able to finish opportunities is another. That's the thing that separates Bryan and probably their veteran forwards from Lima Shawnee and their a lot younger team. So,
yeah, and these 2 goals here being shown, first that goal, really good goal from Ava Zimmerman, then a second one. They both were kind of all that Bryan needed there in the first half to score those 2, and really close call and a good save there by Vollmer as well there in that second half. And right here we're going to see her come out and make a really good, just easy cleanup for her and that foul. But I thought Ava Zimmerman looked great today. She's always going to look great. I mean, this team sets her up for success, playing the ball through to her. She's the target man up front. But I was really impressed with Piper Hannah. I don't know how much center back she's played, but really impressed by her today. She did a really good job using her body well. She really didn't give many opportunities, and she made some really good blocks. And, again, Miley Vollmer was impressive. But all around, I think this Lady Bears team looked really confident today.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'd even say the Lima Shawnee team, I thought, looked confident for how young they are. That's probably the toughest part you could be getting in. I think they both came out and gave it a good effort, and, I mean, it was good soccer.
Yeah, it was. We're going to take one more quick break, and then we'll wrap this thing up after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Welcome back out to the Golden Bears Sports Network. Don Malenga, Dylan Koenig here. Just a beautiful night for soccer and a really good game and a good first win there by Lady Bears.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ask for too much better on weather, maybe a little warm, but, I mean, both teams came out, played really hard, gave us a good watch, gave us good soccer. Love to see it this Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, and, that's a good tone setter. I'm not sure what the next couple games look like for the Lady Bears, but you want to start getting hot. League games are going to start coming up soon. I mean, normally we see right here our first 10 games. Shawnee, good team. St. Ursula, that's Thursday. And then next Tuesday, I think that's Liberty Center.
Yep.
And Tuesday in a league game, Liberty Center did not graduate very many players, and they're going to be a decent team this year. So, really quick turnaround for these league games. And then, you got Maumee, Napoleon, Evergreen, Swanton, in the next 10 games. And obviously, that's a whole month out from today. But, the next month you have 3 league games the next month. And so that's something where, you only get 6 league games, and 3 of them being in the next month. You want to take these teams, that's why Quill gives them a difficult schedule where you have Salina, you have St. Ursula, Shawnee, Maumee. Those tough teams early on in the season is really going to give the Lady Bears a chance to strengthen their skills for some of these league teams. And, Liberty Center coming up next Tuesday seems pretty early for a league game, but, you got to be ready for it, and that's just going to be a confidence booster for them for a league game.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a good game for Bryan to pick up some confidence after their first loss. And I think this is a great game for Shawnee to build off of. I mean, you talk about how well they were able to play with a young team and how well some of the young players looked in their first time ever on a high school pitch. So I think a really good side from both teams. I think both coaches will take great positives from this.
Yeah, and you look at the 2024 standings for the NWAL, and I know Bryan was a little bit frustrated. They think they probably deserve more, and they probably did. I forget which team they tied with. I think it was Evergreen they had tied with last game, one of the games last year that they probably shouldn't have, and they lost to a Delta team they probably shouldn't have lost to. And, it's frustrating, leaves a bad taste in their mouth. So, that's one of those goals. I know that's a goal for Coach Quill this season is, winning that league, and it starts with a good win here against Shawnee, and hopefully moving forward from that. Today's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, and Veteran Services of Williams County. Thank you to our sponsors. We really appreciate everything that you do. The next game for the Golden Bear Sports Network is this Friday, August 22nd, as the football team opens their 2025 campaign hosting Van Wert. Join Dave Brobson and Chris Malenga for all the action with pregame beginning at 6:35. That should be a good game. Van Wert's kind of had Bryan's number, and it'll be interesting. Bryan still has a kind of young team, a decent freshman class, so it'll be interesting to see how the Bears kind of do here. And it's always nice to have a home game as the first game of the season and first full week of school for these guys. So it'll be a nice night. If you can't make it to the game, feel free to tune in on the Golden Bear Sports Network. I want to thank our crew, our director, Eric Herman, our robotics, Miles Northrup, cameras, Monica Mayonez and Cam Resner, BHS Athletics, Nathan Keel and Teresa Kuzma, Golden Bear Photo, Matt Neff and Stephanie Ponsack, and our GBSN executive producer, Chris Malenga. This broadcast is brought to you by the Golden Bear Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or any other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Bryan City School District, is prohibited. One final time for all of us here at the Golden Bear Sports Network. With Dylan Koenig, I'm Dom Malenga. Again, your score is Bryan 2, Shawnee 0. Have a great night, everybody.